on, and I will be sharing my screen. If you have a question, so I'm just going to run through some stuff, and then we're going to take a look at some like some game tape. And if anyone has a question, just type it up in the chat, and I'll get to it. And I hope to be out of here by like 8:45. I don't want to. I mean, you can. If any of you have school-age children, they'll tell you how just excruciating being on a computer for an extended period of time is. So, all right. So we're doing settled 6v6. Okay, so I'm going to focus just on two-man, and just focus on that. Christ.
This is the only one, Samsung.
All right. So settled 6v6. Okay. Lead versus trail responsibilities. Okay. When you're the lead, your responsibility is the goal. Your other responsibility is the goal. Okay. And your main responsibility is the goal. Okay. You have got to be there to make sure that you know if anyone's in the crease and then how they got in the crease more often than not. All right, you got to be able to tell if that ball crossed the line, when it crossed the line, all that sort of stuff. Okay, your main responsibility is the goal. Okay, your other two responsibilities are the end line, okay, and the near sideline. And ideally, when the ball is behind the goal, you're taking a step or two to like follow that. You don't want to stay, anchored to the goal line. Okay, so when the ball is above GLE, goal line extended, you're on the goal line. When the ball is below GLE, okay, you should be hanging out there so that you have an idea as to what the hell is going on. Let me hold on here. Just want to share this. Okay. So yeah. When you're the trail, you've got to. You can't be ball watching. All right, you've definitely got to make sure that you are keeping your eyes on the shooter/feeder. All right, for like a second or two after he gets rid of the ball. Okay, because if someone gets plastered, we've got to know why. So that's why you have to keep your eyes on the shooter. And that really is the toughest thing to do. I mean, it's going to take you 1 or 2 seasons, really 2, maybe 3 seasons to just get in the habit when you're the trail of just staying on the shooter. You can't ball watch. We're so used to as fans, even as coaches, for those of you that have coached cross, you're used to like seeing, all right, where's the next pass going or whatever. You can't do that as an official. When you're the trail, you've got to stay on the shooter. You got to know. All right. And then midfield, and then the far sideline is where are your other responsibilities. So when you're the lead, the goal is your responsibility. When you're and the trail, the shooter is the main responsibility. No questions. And we continue. So the we talk about this idea of tethering. Okay, so in essence, you guys are attached by like a rubber band, so that if the lead has to back out over here, the trail should take a step or two in. Not a lot, with like a step or two. Okay. The lead, has to go behind the goal. All right. Because the play's here. So the lead goes out here. Once again, take a step or two in. All right. The lead comes back. Trail mosey's on back out here. Okay. This is where the lead is, like the main part, okay? This is the trail. So the trail's got a lot more responsibilities. All right. If I'm the trail, when the ball's over here, I'm focusing on the crease. Okay. Ball's over here, trail's got it. The lead should be focused on the goal in the crease area. Okay. At no point should the two of you be looking at the exact same thing for an extended period of time. So kind of get in the habit sometimes, and it's going to take a while. It's going to take games. All right. And then as you get more experience, but like look at your partner. Okay. If your partner is looking at the same thing you are, that's probably not a good idea. All right. So like take a second to like look at where your partner's looking. And then if he's kind of generally looking where you are, somebody's wrong. All right. Avoid light housing. That means you want to keep the play in front of you. Okay, so a lighthouse spins around, like the light in the lighthouse spins around like this. At no point should you have to like turn your entire body 360 to have a player run around you. Okay, we're not setting screens. We should try and avoid setting both legal and illegal screens for the players. Okay, so easier said than done sometimes. Okay, and it happens to the best of us. But you want to make sure that you keep the ball inside of you. Okay, keep the play inside of you. You shouldn't be spinning around. Bad things happen when you're spinning around. All right. Loose ball fouls. I know Wes and Ken teach. They're really the only time that there should be a play on for like a loose ball foul, like you have a loose ball hold and you're playing on. The only time we should have a play on is if the offense is getting it right in front of the goal. Okay? Because a garbage goal could happen there. That is really the only time, okay, that you want to have a play on. All right? Just keep them as short as possible. Kill it and get the ball off the ground into somebody's stick. Okay? Especially when we're doing like the rec stuff. Club, those kids are, getting increasingly good because they never do anything but play lacrosse. All right. So you can, like, if it's on turf, see if they can pick up the ball, but more often than not, just kill it, get it into somebody's stick. So the whole idea is T-PODE is the principle of advantage/disadvantage. The principle of advantage/disadvantage. Can the kid pick it up and score right away? If the answer is yes, play on. If it's not, kill it, give it to somebody. Okay? The longer you let a play on happen, the greater the chance for dumb stuff to happen that you've got to figure out. So if you keep the plays on short and sweet, okay, then you're not going to get the kid that just like, says like F it and just like bowls into the, the group of kids going for the ground ball, playing human bowling. All right. So advantage, disadvantage. Is the kid able to scoop it up real easy? Great. You got to play on. Is there no advantage? Kill it. Okay. And we want to, and this takes a while. This takes a while, and it takes a lot of games to get under, just to get the verbiage correct. You want to keep it simple, okay? Just say the color that's getting the ball, okay? Don't say we've got a loose ball hold on white, it's going blue, okay? Because what happens is the coaches hear the first color and they assume like that's who's going to get it. Okay, the players hear the first color and they assume that's who's going to. Okay, just say loose ball hold, blue ball, or loose push, red ball. Okay, only say one color. This takes a while. All right, and you're going to fumble over your words and you're going to sound like an idiot and your partner's going to laugh at you. Okay, that's all fine. All right, it happens literally to all of us. All right, but get in the habit of only saying the color that's getting the ball. Okay? The less time you're talking, the less time people are paying attention to you, and that's a good thing. Okay? So you want to make sure that you're only saying the color of the ball or the team that gets the ball. All right? As we get higher up, as you start doing the high level club games, youth club, as you start doing high school, we want to get in the habit of facing the bench when you make a call. And so that adds the added thing of you're going to have to point the opposite way of, where you originally. So get in the habit of turning and facing the bench. Okay. And what I would also suggest to you is try and get in the habit of making sure you can see the players and the bench at the same time when you make a call. So you're not necessarily, I'm not like turning and facing, in some of these games, it's going to be like really bad lacrosse or like you got to make sure you got to watch the players. It's okay to just like blow the whistle. All right. Take a deep breath, make sure everyone stop playing, and then just say loose push, red ball. Okay. Take your time, get used to it, okay? But get in the habit of play ons really short, get the ball up off the ground, and when we say, we're only saying one color. We're only saying the color of the team that's getting the ball. Okay? All right, flags down, or flag downs. All right? Learn how to throw it high. Like literally, I mean, you got time. No one has to go anywhere ever for the rest of mankind. Okay, so get in the like just go outside. Get in the practice throwing your flag. I have so because I don't have an ass. Okay, I have to wear like the basketball like inside what's it called? It's like the belt on the inside, the tack belt. I got to wear that to keep my shirt in, or else my shirt falls out all over the place because I don't have an ass. All right. So because of that, I now put my flags. I'll kind of stand up. I now put my flags in my pocket. Okay. Prior to that, I did have my flags. Like I would have one flag right here, and then I would have another flag right here. Okay. So if you have an ass, okay, then I would, keep them right here. All right. I don't, so I put them in my pocket. If you're keeping them in your pocket, make sure that the actual, like the yellow part of the flag is in the pocket. If it's hanging out, you look like an idiot. Okay, so keep them in there. If you are keeping it in here, okay, just practice that. Practice pulling it out, all right, and throwing it. Okay, that's So just get used to throwing it high, okay? Also, throw it to where you're going to go. If you're the trail, okay, throw it towards midfield. All right, don't. That's like the one of the great Ronald Reagan quotes. Throw the club in the direction that you're heading. All right, same kind of concept with flags. Throw it where you're going to go. Okay. Federation and NCAA rules are pretty much the same now with flag downs. All right, flags down, flags down, I think. We're going flags down, all right? NCAA and Federation are pretty much the same now with flags down, okay? That play keeps on going until the defense gets the ball, or the offense commits a penalty, or the ball goes out of bounds, okay? Or there's an injury, okay? It used to be that as soon as the ball hit the ground, we kill it. That's no longer the case in Federation, okay? The only difference is if there's 2 minutes left in a game and a team commits a second flag, a second penalty. So you've got 2 flags down, you have to kill it immediately. That's the only difference. NCAA, we keep on going. Okay? So that is the only difference now between NCAA and Federation. All right, ball hits the ground. I am doing nothing until the defense picks up the ball. Okay? That rule just changed last year. So with Federation. So get in the habit of waiting until, and most of us are used to NCAA rules with club lacrosse, whatever. Okay, so we're letting that thing go until really the other team gets the ball or it goes out of bounds, or if there's an offensive penalty or whatever. Okay. Live ball penalties. We either anytime there's a flag down, you're getting a free clear. For the I don't want to say that actually. Most of the time, anytime there's a flag down, you're getting a free clear, unless you got simultaneous penalties, which we're not getting into because that's not fair right now. Okay. But live ball, we're putting the ball live, where it happened, or where like the ball ended up going out of bounds. You get the ball there. Okay. If it's a dead ball penalty, the mnemonic that we like to use is dead ball, dead center. All right. Someone, calls you an F&A hole. All right. That's a flag down. That's unsportsmanlike. That kid's in there. The kid's gone. But so dead ball, dead center. That ball starts at center X. Okay. Once the ball is dead, FFO it. Figure it the F out. Okay. We shouldn't be talking for an extended period of time. Okay. This is something that also, the more games you do, the better you're going to be at this. Where I can just, my partner, I'm just saying, cross check. You're just making the signal. He goes across. Okay. If the 2 of you have flags, that's when you get together. If there's only 1 person with a flag, don't get together. Just shout it out. If 2 of you have flags, get together and get your story straight. Because if 2 of you have flags and you have a cross check and you go like this and your partner goes like this for a hold, we've got a problem. So if both of you have a flag, come together and talk without using any kind of hand gestures, so that and then whoever near side comes over and says the penalty. Okay? If 1 person has a flag, give the signal, / unnecessary roughness, whatever. Okay? If 2 people have a flag, quickly get together, quietly figure it out, and go from there. When we're relaying penalties, C note, color, number, the offense. So what was the foul? Time served and any explanation. That's C note. So you think about it like you're looking at a I'll use Big Nate here as my scorebook. Okay. So if you open up the scorebook, all right, color tells me which side of the page. Number tells me which kid. Offense tells me how long it's going to, or what kind of penalty it is. And then time tells me what time. So and each thing, color, you're minimizing the part of the book of Big Nate, okay, that you have to focus on. So color, so red, 38, technical foul push, 30 seconds. Okay. Any questions? No. Freaking fantastic. And restarts. Live ball versus dead ball awareness on 6v6. For restarts, live ball. Okay. Make sure no one's within 5 yards. NCAA, the defensive player can be within 5 yards. Okay. But this is where it's just like, you know, say it out loud. All right. Give him 5 yards, give him 5 yards. All right. And then restart the ball. Offensive player cannot be, his teammate cannot be close to him, cannot be within 5 yards. Okay. Don't light your hair on fire with restarts. It's okay to take your time. Take like a second or two just to like make sure. It's all like, hey, especially like the younger they are, do you have the ball? Get the ball? All right, we're good. Restart. Okay? We don't have to, sprint to get a restart. Okay? Dead ball restarts. Make sure we know where everyone is. Make sure we know where the defensive player is. If say the ball runs out of bounds, make sure there's not going to be a kid that like jumps him sprinting from like the box right out of bounds so like know where everyone is on a dead ball. We'll get into transition next time, but we'll know your responsibilities so the trail becomes the new lead. He's got a sprint. He or she has to sprint his ass to get to the next goal, to get to the other goal line. And the trail is, taking his or her time, but making sure that everybody's, where they should be. Eye contact and clean signals really makes a big deal. So, and it sounds stupid, if you can get like, there's enough games on YouTube, all right, that you can like watch where you can watch the officials, do their mechanics for like a slash or whatever. Same thing like watching freaking NBA or college basketball. Just watch that, like look how clean and crisp their signals are. All right. An NBA game is just a symphony, just how beautiful those guys are, with every economy of motion or whatever. But like practice your own signals. Okay? Practice unnecessary roughness. All right? Practice illegal body check, contact to the head. All right? Practice the hold. Okay? Get in the habit of being able to do all that stuff so that it looks clean. All right? It shouldn't be like all right, you like slash, like you want to let everyone know. It's like, you're doing what the chess thing. All right? So, work on eye contact, communicate, signals. And once again, this stuff all comes with experience. So that's why, especially, 2019 and 2020 classes definitely got screwed last year. Excuse me. And when you did ref, if you did ref at all in the summer and fall, it was during summer league when like mechanics are meh at best. So this, there's a lot to do, to like get up to speed. So it's going to be a pain in the ass, but I think we're all ready, able to do it. Okay. Does anyone, before we get to the videos, does anyone have a question for anything that I've said?
Hey Matt, it's Mike Jones.
Yep.
Um, I was able to get in roughly around 20 games, but like you
Okay.
said, it was that summer. It was that summer action. So a lot of tournaments. But one of the things that I noticed is that a couple of times where I had like a flag down and the ball was loose and the defense had not gained possession of the ball,
Mm-hmm.
but there was so much action going on. I almost felt tempted to blow it because I knew that there was another penalty just waiting to happen. With a loose ball, someone was going to get blown up. And that temptation was there to kill it, knowing that something, anticipating something bad was about to
What
happen.
age group?
These were younger kids,
Kill
probably
it.
12. Kill it. Yeah.
Kill it. I do the
That,
same thing
yeah.
for
And
that
that's
very
what
same reason, because nothing good's going to happen. Like, you've
right.
already got one person in the box, you know? So make something up. Yeah, legal procedure. That kills the advantage. All right?
Right.
High school, don't do that. Okay? Uh, the whatever we're calling, like the high level club, the quintuple A's, and then like the low, whatever. Like that, those guys don't do it. All right? But freaking, 11, 10-year-old and younger, just kill it. And I even do this with if the ball is on the ground, if there's like a ground ball, once again, not next to the goal. All right, if there's a ground ball and it's lasting longer than 5 seconds and there are three or more people involved, I kill it and just treat it like an alternate possession. And this is just it cause nothing good's happened. So I'm you'll if you ever see me do like a youth game, I'm gonna have like 15 legal procedure kick in the stick. Yeah. So and it's just
Yeah.
um and that and it is solely just to get it up because of that very same thing. So um yeah, I'm fine with that, right? But you
Okay.
got to be like I said, you got to be careful. It's like 11 or 10 and below.
Yeah, because
Uh,
I was killing it, and I was just waiting for a coach to just start yelling about me killing it too soon. But
don't care.
it
Just say,
was it was
coach.
safety at that point.
Yeah, and don't even say that. Just like, coach, one of your players kicked this stick. And I just flip flop. So like, red got it this time, blue got it the next time, and the smart coaches will figure it out, and
Yeah.
they'll be fine with it. And I don't care about the dumb coaches. So
Okay.
okay, but yeah, that's a great question. Anything else? Any other questions before we get into some game tape? All right. You. All right. All right. Come on. This is the joy of Microsoft Teams. It just destroys your computer. God, I hate it so much. All right, so we'll take a look at all these clips are 2-man, and they're from like a bunch of different years or whatever. And you'll see the wide range of fields that we in the SLOA have to deal with. It's very lovely. All right, so God, look how beautiful that is. All right, so 2-man. All these are 2-man games. Okay, they're all. I got one youth game in here. But so they're high school games or whatever. I really like the push call. This is what I'm talking about. If there's no advantage, kill it early. All right, and you'll kind of see like we kind of let it play out. I would say just like a little bit too long. But I'll play this through and then I'll go back to it. Okay. A shot, another save. So there's the push. Like we kill it kind of quickly, but then at the same time, it would be super nice if we just killed that right away. I mean, you're going away from the ball. Let's go back. Like, no one's picking up that ball on that field. Like, good God. So we do get it. I do like this restart. All right, we know everyone knows where the hell the ball is, so that's good. All right. This is what I'm talking about with being tethered to the goal line. Okay? He's going to make the right call. Okay? Yeah, he gives it, I think, to the black team over here. But, like, God, if you're standing right here, I mean, everyone's going to just, all you got to do is, like, take, like, 2 steps. So if we, like, go back. Like, it's clearly black ball. All right? It just take, like, 1 or 2 steps. All right? Just 1 or 2 steps. And it's a hell of a lot easier to sell that call. All right. All right. Here's Perry Hall before they got turf. Can't imagine why they got turf. This looks lovely. Got a lovely color on color game. All right. Once again, just take a few steps to sell the call. Okay. That is clearly red ball. There's no way. I'll show you the shot again. Like, both of it's EMO. You can tell that from like as soon as the guy shoots, like both these guys are up. All right. But if you just take like a step or two, God, that makes it so much easier to call. All right. You're like, coach, I was there. Okay. So just I don't need to sprint to the end line. All I need to do is 1 or 2 steps. Okay. All right. So this is another 2-man game. All right. This is what I'm talking about with backpedaling. All right. Try and get in the habit of backpedaling. Now, I am fine. Like backpedaling on turf, incredibly easy to do. At no point am I backpedaling on this. Okay. It's a marathon, not a sprint. If we do get going, which we should. All right. Be careful. Like I would not be backpedaling on this. All right. It's okay to like turn and like jog or whatever. But like if it's turf, trust your athletic prowess. Okay. And backpedal. So we're going to have a shot. And the reason why you backpedal is you keep everything in front of you. All right. So go back to that.
Hey, Matt, this is Ben.
Yeah, what's up?
But just looking at if you looked at the difference in calls, like, so your hand went up and pointed the right direction. That last clip you showed, the guy was very quick on just signaling which way the ball was going, which just makes a big difference when you talk about clear signals and, which way you're pointing.
Yeah, it's really key to like hold, like It's really key to hold, and thank you for that point. It's really key to hold your hand up just for like a second or two, because you know what's happening, but you've got to like make sure that everyone else knows what's happening. And it's just like speaking in public, like you think you're slowing down, but you're not. You're like speeding through a speech. Like hold it up for a second or two, and then point for a second or two. Like there's no rush. All right. This is a great job of the trail of, and you can tell, just watch his eyes on the shooter here. Like his eyes, he stays on the shooter the entire time. I'll go back to that. All right, he stays on the shooter. And there's nothing there. Like, you drove through 3 guys. Like, there's nothing there. All right, but the trail stays on the shooter. All right.
But the lead is on the shooter as well at the beginning, right?
I was staring at it. I'll go back to you. I was probably bored, to be honest with you. Yeah, I was kind of looking at him because he is so like in 2-man. This is the joy of 2-man. He's kind of in my primary, so I got to pay attention a little bit. All right, but I'm gonna leave my attention is gonna be more towards the goal as he gets as he releases.
Right.
So like I'm gonna start on him. Like we're both watching the same guy, but as soon as he shoots, I'm following the ball. Whereas the trail, and that's a great point that you made, the trail stays on him.
Right.
So if we play this through, because you notice we're kind of like both looking. I'm staring. 3D is staring. And then I'm focusing on ball going out of bounds. And he's still kind of like watching to make sure everything's fine.
Hey, Matt, I noticed that the trail was staying fairly high.
Correct.
In that, how far down do you want us drifting in as the trail to keep an eye on stuff?
Well,
how,
so
like,
it really more often than not, if you're hanging around the 40 to the 45, that's good.
okay.
So like right here is great. Okay, because remember, you're at any moment your next focus is to get back to the other goal line. If it's a tight, if it's like a last second play, you scooch in because there's no reason to like care about, making a run back. All right. But the 40 to 45 is where we should be hanging out.
Okay.
You don't have to go below the 40. Okay. 40 to 45 is the sweet spot, so to speak.
All right. Thanks.
No, that's a great question. All right. So here's like another one. And if you notice 40, 45, I'd be closer to the 40 actually. 45 is a little bit, closer to the 40. But I like our coverage. Right, lead here does a great job of backpedaling, in and out and in again. I'll just roll this through. We've got a bang bang play on the creek. He's right there. Notice how he like bumps back. I mean, that's a great job. And if you wasn't moving very fast, okay? You don't have to get like super in tight. It takes like a step or two just to see. Jogs over here. That's a great job. That's an excellent job right there. And I think we got 2 more. All right, positioning matters here. Just like taking like a step or two. All right, that's a push. Let's go back to that. I mean, he gets pushed out of bounds, so there's he was disadvantaged by that push from behind. All right, it's a lot easier to make that call if you're down there. So just like a couple steps. All right. This is great communication. So this is a youth game. I'd say they're 10 or 11-year-olds. I really like the cross-check call. Okay. And I like the communication because remember, when we're doing this stuff, one person has got to let the bench know, and one person's also got to let the timer know over here. So good job, figuring it out. This is a good age-appropriate cross-check. I mean, that's a cross-check right there. I'll go back to that. This is a good age-appropriate cross-check. I really like this cross-check call. Boom. All right. That's good. I like it. Goalie's got it, and we kill it. I don't necessarily think we got to get this close for this one, but I do like how we're talking. And it's a quick talk, all right? It's not very long. Clear cross-check sign. And we said it was cross-check to the head, so we locked him in there for a minute. So I'll kind of, shit. Hold on. That was a clear signal. I could easily tell, what the call was there. So. All right, so we get together, we're talking. All right, so near side tells the bench, cross check to the head, 1 minute, full time. All right, good stuff. Okay. We'll do this and then we'll get out of here. I'll send you just a link to like a little mini quiz. God, this just slows everything down. All right, so I'm putting the quiz in the chat right now. Holy hell. This is good content right here. All right, sorry. Any questions about any video or any questions about any of the videos that we saw? There's the link. It's just like a little basic review of stuff, and we'll have like little mini quizzes, to kind of help us like get back into thinking about, rules and what the hell they stand for and all that sort of stuff. Stop recording now.